Hey everybody, it's Chase with AV Pop Culture again, and today we are here to count down the 10 best movies that I have watched this year. Now, this isn't just necessarily movies that came out this year, it's just the 10 best that I have watched this year, and this is the flip side of the video I did of the 10 worst movies that I have watched this year. We're at the midway point of the year, a little bit over maybe, so it was a good time to kind of look back and reflect, and I have found some awesome movies this year, and we are going to rank them and count them down. Pop that tape in, I got you, let's go do this. All right, so movies that I have watched. So this is movies that are new to me that I have watched this year. They don't necessarily have had to come out in 2025, but they are movies that I have watched this year for either the first time or it had been so long ago, so many decades ago, that it is like a first time watch because I only remember vague bits and pieces of the movie. So it was all fresh all over again. I think there's only like maybe one or two like that. The rest of these were legit first time ever watches for me. So some of these are really good. I think I have all but one of them on physical media, and that's because that one hasn't come out yet. But this is the flip side of the 10 worst that I have watched this year. So you can check out that video too. I'll try to link it down below or at the end of the video. Let's jump right into it. At number 10 is Sinners. Now, this one came out this year, and I went and saw it. I did a big video review, big in-depth discussion on the movie about the things that I liked about it, things I loved about it, the things I didn't like about it, and the things I hated about the movie. I discussed it all, but overall, I think it's a great film, one that I enjoyed watching. I pre-ordered it to get it on physical media. It hasn't been released yet at the time of this recording. So there you go. Me and my son went and saw it. It's got From Dusk Till Dawn vibes, all that kind of stuff. There's some things in it that I could do without. I get into all that, but overall, I enjoyed the film. And for new things that I have watched this year, to me, it comes in at number 10. Now, at number 9 on the list is a very old movie, I think 1970s, and I got this as part of my Vinegar Syndrome subscription. My buddy Daniel at the Cobwebs channel is a big fan of this filmmaker, the notorious filmmaker Paul Naschy. I am talking about Curse of the Devil. Now, it came in this 3-pack of Blu-rays with The Vampire's Night Orgy, which doesn't contain an orgy, and Demon Witch Child, which I will never watch again in my life. But Curse of the Devil, it is a werewolf story. Paul Naschy is like a Spanish filmmaker and writer, director, did it all. He played the werewolf. He played vampire sometimes. He plays a werewolf here. He has the penchant for getting ladies out of their undergarments all over the place. It's fun. It's sleazy. I actually like the werewolf design. I like the atmosphere of this movie. I like everything about this movie. So it sent me down even more exploring Paul Naschy. I really dig Curse of the Devil. It's a high recommend and one that I have enjoyed discovering this year. All right, coming in at number 8 is one that was the subject of another video. I'm not sure which order you're going to see these, but I really, really like this. This is one of those that I know I had seen before, but y'all, I'm old. It was easily 30 years since I'd seen it or more. So it was like watching it for the first time all over again, and I enjoyed this kind of, moderately, intricately paced horror character study of monkey shines. This is a George Romero film, and I absolutely dig it. A guy in here gets paralyzed. He gets in an accident, gets paralyzed, and he has this monkey that's been a subject of all these experiments, comes to be his helper because he's paralyzed from the neck down. And the monkey, he gets up to shining, all right, and this guy's kind of like linked to him in a way, and you just see him devolve into this situation, into madness, into anger, and all this stuff that's connected to this monkey. It's a great character study, a great performance. I like everything about this movie. The pacing, right when you think, man, this might be getting a little slow, something happens. So it's a cool pacing. It's got lingering shots, stuff that you don't do anymore in the TikTok generation where everything's got to be snappy, rapid cuts all over the place. This is a legit film, and I dig Monkey Shines and kind of discovering it all over again. It comes in at number 8. Now, at number 7 on the list is the other one on here that I kind of vaguely remembered seeing, but it was recommended to me by Daniel at the Cobwebs channel. I did a big video where I had other YouTubers in this movie physical media world recommend me 2 blind buys a piece, and I went out and blind bought these movies, and I watched and reviewed and ranked them. It was a fun challenge, just something fun to do. This movie is balls to the wall badass. I am talking about Rolling Thunder. Now this stars William Devane and Tommy Lee Jones, a much younger Tommy Lee Jones. And this is an exploitation type action movie from the, I want to say it's the late 70s, might be, it's early 80s, I think. Really not that important, but it's around that time frame. And William Devane plays, he and Tommy Lee Jones both play guys who had been prisoners of war in Vietnam. They return home after being over there in prison for like 7 years as prisoners of war. He comes home to find that his wife, with his kid, has like been sleeping with another guy. His whole life is gone. He's a completely different person. They interview him on TV. Him and Tommy Lee Jones, they can't adjust to the new society, though they're trying, but everything's been taken away from them, and they're different men. He's given a big cash award on TV, and bad guys see that. They come to his house. Bad things happen to his family, and these two go on the warpath for vengeance. And man, it is just badassery. It is just badassery all the way. A high recommend is Rolling Thunder. Glad that I discovered/rediscovered it here in 2025. Now the next one is super fun independent film released by Arrow, coming in on this list at number 6. And the only thing I dislike about this movie is they took away the setting of the next movie that I was going to make. I can't do it now because these guys have just done it. And that is The Last Video Store. I did a full review of this. This movie is awesome. It is a love letter to all of us who miss and grew up with that early 80s, mid 80s to early 90s bygone VHS rental era in time when there was a lot of straight to video B movies. You could go in there and discover them by the artwork. Nobody knew anything about them. In here, it's basically a one location shoot. You have a girl and the owner of the Last Video Store. They're in there, and they're in this video store, and they basically put in a cursed videotape, basically the video version of the Necronomicon, and it brings all of these horror and B-action movie characters and stuff to life, brings them into the video store. They have to survive. They have to escape. It is full of nostalgia, full of heart, got some of that, old school 80s cheese to it. I could not love this movie more, complete with some purple, blue lightning, all that kind of stuff. The only thing I dislike is I had thought about making my last movie, possibly my last movie coming up, be set in a video rental store. I can't go top this. I can't go step on them. Yeah, but very proud of these guys, and this is a really good movie, and glad that I have found it here in 2025. All right, coming in at number 5 is one you're going to be shocked that I never saw before, but until I got that Arrow set back there, which I didn't get until this year, the Enter the Video Store set, I had never seen Cellar Dweller. And I, could not love Cellar Dweller more. I friggin' love it. I've probably watched it 5 times this year now. It has everything that you want. It has some very, very cool practical effects in here. You got Jeffrey Combs in here. You bring in artists and art, like comic book artists, and like this artist commune type house. There's something in the basement. All that kind of stuff. I absolutely love this movie. You even got a little bit of your nudity in there, all that kind of stuff. It is a fantasy, science fiction, horror, all that wrapped in a big, like, 80s style bow. I don't know what more you could want from this movie. I'm trying to think, because you've got Yvonne DiCarlo. She kind of runs this artist house. There's just nothing not to like about this R-rated B-80s horror movie goodness. I think the makeup and effects from this were from the guy that did one of the Friday the 13th movies and Troll. But I actually think there's some really underrated cool creature practical effects in this movie. I would totally double dip on a 4K for this one. I'm not going to lie. It's a short in and out because I think it's like only 78 minutes long. It's Empire Pictures, and it's just a blast. Like, you see me smiling like so many times I've watched this movie now. They let this ancient evil that's down there, and they've all got to deal with it. And you got these very different people in here, artists. Like this one guy's like randomly gets stuck when he's writing. He'll come out and act out scenes like with a gun and shoot and stuff. I mean, it's nuts and fun at the same time. Beautiful lead actress in this, taking the reins. I can't say enough good things about Cellar Dweller. I searched the recesses of my memory. I could not remember seeing it. I know I'd heard of it. I could not put a finger on seeing it. And when I watched it, nothing rang a bell. So I think the movie I was thinking I had seen was something different. And but Cellar Dweller, the highest of high recommend. Love Cellar Dweller. Comes in at number 5. Now, number 4 on this list is one that I got from Vinegar Syndrome as a subscriber this year, and I have just raved about this to anyone who will listen. First of all, the 4K is beautiful. The movie is a haunted house style movie with a little raunch to it. It's got like Amityville vibes to it, all this kind of stuff. I'm talking about The Nesting. Now, I've done full reviews of this with part of my Vinegar Syndrome package stuff. Oh man! So this is like 1981. I want to say 1981. It was shot by the guy who shot Friday 13th Part 2, so it has that feel to it. It has that beautiful saturated, desaturated 4K look that when they bring that film out for 4K restoration looks so incredible. But you have a woman who is an agoraphobic, and she goes and gets into this haunted looking house. I wouldn't have stayed in this place as a ghost. This haunted looking house, and things start to happen because it is haunted. And then you find out why it was haunted, which is kind of seedy, kind of raunchy. She's being almost attacked, in a way like in the movie The Entity. Like these things are kind of coming at it from a sexual standpoint, and she's got to figure out why. She is a writer. You have very much some Shining vibes to this. Like she even writes at a typewriter, doesn't remember writing, kind of sits there. You have your dark and stormy night, haunted house stuff. I dig that you got a mystery to uncover. You got some small town atmosphere that know about the mystery that needs to be uncovered. I like everything about The Nesting. Big fan. Just super glad to have gotten this year. And had I not been a subscriber, I might have missed it. I might not have taken the dive and blind bought it. I am glad that I got it. The Nesting, high recommend, comes in at number 4. Now, at number 3 on this list is one that also comes from that same challenge video. My boy Brian over at The Last Movie Standing, he gave me 2 blind buys to get. One was Pretty Persuasion with James Woods, and because he knows I'm a big James Woods fan, which was good, but the end was like a boat anchor killing you. This other one, though, he summed up as a middle-aged coming-of-age story. Maybe I'm just the right age for it. I absolutely love it. The only way I found it was on a naked DVD. Had nothing with it. Meet Bill. Man, this movie is so good. The cast is great. Oh, crap. I just totally blanked on his name. The lead actor in the movie. Goodness. Aaron Eckhart. I could not remember his name to save my life. You also have Logan Lerman in the movie, and Logan Lerman plays like this high school senior kid, and Bill is married. His wife is her dad owns a bank. They're wealthy. They have all this stuff, but he's totally unhappy. This is not what he wants out of life, and his wife is cheating on him, and he's kind of overweight. He doesn't have the body he had before. He just wants to do what he wants to do. He takes this kid under his wing as he's going through this midlife crisis and trying to change things about his life. And this movie is so good, so heartfelt. You also have Jessica Alba in this movie, and oh my gosh, I'm just blanking on everyone's name, y'all. I am sorry. Jessica Alba's in here. His Timothy Olyphant, Elizabeth Banks plays his wife. I am blanking on names today. You also have other people pop up in here that you recognize. Kristen Wiig is in here in a small role. Timothy Olyphant, who I love, he's the guy that's cheating with Elizabeth Banks, and this guy just, his wife is making fun of him. She publicly makes fun of his member size, all this kind of stuff on a video. Anything that could be done to this guy, he just keeps taking hits and hits and hits, and he's unhappy till he just wakes up and says, I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to change my life. It just shows you got to be willing to burn. You got to be willing to burn it down in order to change. He does everything he needs to do. Meet Bill, incredible kind of comedy. A middle-aged coming of age is a perfect way to describe it. Just an excellent movie. Meet Bill. Check it out. And that just leaves the top two. And number two is one that I cannot believe that I'd never seen. This one was a big shocker that Vinegar Syndrome dropped this thing out with one of the best 4Ks you're going to see. Because I'm a huge Chevy Chase fan. He's got a big role in this in a supporting capacity to Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang. I am talking about Dirty Work with that ugly, man boob cover there. Back is much better, but man, Dirty Work, so much fun. So much fun. It was PG-13. This has the dirtier cut that makes it R. But Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang are basically, they play nerds who have always been picked on, but they know how to get revenge on people. And so they need money to get their dad a replacement heart. And they do it by coming up with a business where they get revenge and do stuff to people. And that is all the concept you need. With all these people in it, like Chevy Chase on the side of Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang, other people you recognize dropping in on here. You don't need any other concept. This movie is hilarious. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You could watch the PG-13 cut with your whole family and enjoy it. I don't know how this eluded me as a massive Chevy Chase fan. I'm literally named after Chevy Chase. My mom named me after him. So that was an influence on my name. And Dirty Work, just a boatload of fun. Just an immaculate 4K. Glad that I picked this up on the Vinegar Syndrome, being a subscriber, but I would have bought this anyway. Just a great movie. It comes in at number 2. I absolutely had a ball with this. I'll watch this so many times and laugh my ass off. And that just leaves number 1, and number 1 was a gift from a subscriber. I had been putting off getting this. I think it's from Gunpowder and Sky. I wanted to buy it. People have been telling me it was good. I didn't get it because I wanted the slip, but I wasn't wanting to pay the slipcover price. All that kind of jazz. So my man at Throwback Cafe up in New Jersey, Ben, he sent me, and he had to go through some trouble to get it. He sent me Summer of '84, and my goodness, I could not love this movie more than I do. You've got Goonies and Stranger Things vibes, but turned up to 11 because it is R-rated. If it just had a little more nudity, like with the babysitter, because she's old enough to do that, because she's going to college. If it just had that checkbox, it would be everything that you could have imagined as a perfect, 15-year-old boy's fantasy, adventure, horror, suspense, with a little romance fever dream from the 1980s. So this is supposed to take place in summer of 84. I was alive and running around. I was probably riding a big wheel in summer of 84. But that does not matter. I love this movie. Holy crap, I love this. It says, the perfect time to be 15 years old and free. So they were about 10 years older than me at the time. But they're on this adventure, and it just reminded me of being a kid, growing up on my great-grandparents' farm in the early 80s and mid 80s. Like me and my brother, my older brother's like 4 years older. My uncle's 4 years older than him. And we would just get out and have adventures, man. There were barns all over this acres and acres of land and woods. And we would get out and kind of just, invent ghost hunts and conspiracy theories and things to go hunt up and things to get in to do and build forts and ride bikes and all that stuff. And man, this is just encapsulated in here, except for all that stuff that they imagine as happening and having an adventure is really happening. And then you throw in the hot babysitter who comes through and kind of is flirting with one of the guys. It just kind of is the cherry on top. Love this movie. My goodness, I recommend this movie. I will watch this movie a million times. I still got to go back and check out the blooper reel and all this. The actress that plays the babysitter, number one, awesome. She does a great job. They all do a great job, but she does a really great job. She's beautiful in the movie, but like she gives that like believable thing of like being a few years older than them, because she's like 18, 19 going off to college. Being a few years older than them, but still being the cool chick next door, all that kind of stuff. It's just all believable. It all works so well. And I mean, just great acting all around. Kudos, bouquets to the filmmakers. You captured it all right here, and I absolutely love it. I'll cherish this. I'll watch this a million times. Summer of 84, one of the best things I've watched in a long time, let alone this year. I absolutely love it. And that is number one on my list of the 10 best movies that I have watched this year. They don't all come from this year, but for me, it's the first time I watched them. So that's what I got for you. Let me know some of the favorite things that you have watched this year. Have you seen any of these? Let me know what you think about them. Be nice down there. It's just a fun discussion. I haven't seen everything, so it's not like maybe I left something out or I think something's bad. I haven't seen everything. I mean, I can only go over what I've seen. So out of what I've seen this year, these are 10 of my favorites, and I love them. And that's what I got for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. It helps out the channel. You can become a channel member by joining my YouTube or my Patreon link below. Everything you contribute when you sign up goes back into the channel, and for that, you're going to get your name in lights and behind-the-scenes looks at my filmmaking, all kinds of extra stuff. And it just brings the community together, and I really, really do appreciate it. You can check out the flip side of this video, The Worst. It was out a day or two ago. Not sure when you're going to see this. But have some fun today. Watch some movies. Subscribe to all these cool physical media movie channels that I put up here on one of these sides of the screen. Help build up this community and let our voices be heard. And until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. I know.